Millionaire Shortbread. Start on the shortbread. We need our plain flour, we need sugar and butter. First preheat the oven to 180 degrees. In a rectangular baking tin with paper, mix flour and sugar together in a bowl using a palette knife, and then rub in your softened butter. Use your fingertips to rub the butter into the flour. Once it's all more or less sticking together, you can turn it out on your surface and then form it into a dough. Knead it a little bit, but not too much, because you want your texture to be crumbly, and if you knead it too much, then you'll have some of the gluten start developing, making your shortbread a little bit chewy. Flatten it a bit first, and then you spread the mixture out in your tin. If this is a struggle, use the back of a spoon to flatten it if it sticks. Use a bit of cold water on your spoon. Use a fork to prick the shortbread a couple of times. And then bake for about 20 minutes or until very lightly browned. That's the shortbread come out the oven, and we're now going to put this down and let it cool. All right, making our caramel from scratch. You need a thick base saucepan, a little bit like this one. We're going to add our sugar to the pan. Medium heat until it starts melting. Be patient, rather heat it up a little bit more slowly because you don't want it to burn. All right, then when your sugar starts melting, you want to turn it down to a medium-low. It'll form lumps, so to stir it vigorously. This will take a couple of minutes. I have got mine on number 6. Especially if you're using gas, you want to use a very low heat so it doesn't burn. Lumps are coming together, and it should soon turn runny and be completely melted, and then you very quickly add your butter. Now you can see how the color has changed. Sugar's nearly dissolved. And now that it's melted and all the lumps have disappeared, very quickly add your butter. And keep stirring until all of that has melted. Careful of it spitting and burning yourself. And then when all your butter has melted in, you take it off the heat, count to 1, 2, 3, and add your cream. It will bubble up quite a bit, be careful of the splashes. And you keep on whisking until it's cooled down a bit and you've got a smooth caramel sauce. And there we have our caramel sauce. Pour this over your shortbread. And then leave this to cool. Next step, for our nice chocolate pattern on the top, we're going to melt some chocolate in a bain-marie, which is a large bowl, glass or metal, on top of a saucepan of water. You want this gently simmering on a medium heat, and you've got to be careful, you can see I'm using oven gloves, that you don't burn yourself on the steam escaping on the sides. The point of this is to heat your chocolate up gently so it doesn't burn. It'll take a couple of minutes for the chocolate to melt. Really important that this is a low heat, so especially on gas, you want to make sure you haven't got it on the big flame. Heat this up until your chocolate is completely melted and is very runny. Then my dark chocolate or milk chocolate is gone over the caramel. Spread this neatly to cover the entire tray. Right, my white chocolate I've melted in the microwave just twice for about 30 seconds, stirred in between, because again you've got to watch out that it doesn't burn. And I'm going to transfer this to a little bag. And then we're going to snip a little corner off our bag and then use this to make some lines on the white chocolate. Start in the middle. Then again from the top. And you can divide it into halves, then quarters, then 8. Then we use a skewer, and again starting in the middle, we're going to just gently pull it across. Wipe your skewer in between so you've got a sharp point, and then we're going to gently pull it across again and again. And then we're going to go the other way, and if you're right-handed, it is easier if you turn your tray over and you go from left to right, and then you're going to go the other way. And that's our tray of Millionaire Shortbread with a feathered chocolate design on top, which is now going to go into the fridge to set. When it is set, you can take it out the fridge and then you carefully cut it into slices. And you can probably again start in the middle, cut in half, cut into quarters, could just cut off the edges to make them a bit neater if you like. And there's our Millionaire Shortbread.